Hello. So, I know there's not a lot of people here because it's the middle of the day who's going to watch a box opening in the middle of the day unless you're the, top of the town there. But, we got this here box of Core 2021 with Teferi on it. We didn't get it at pre-release, but we still got a nice little promo card because our game store basically had to cancel the pre-release for Jumpstart. So our promo is a Jumpstart Scholar of the Lost Trove, 5 and a blue for a 5/5 Flying Sphinx. When the Scholar of the Lost Trove enters the battlefield, you may cast target instant sorcery or artifact card from the graveyard without paying its mana cost. That's not too shabby. If it's an instant or sorcery, exile it when you're done. And sorry for interrupting the music. I've been just chomping at the bit to start, but I didn't want to cut it early. There we go. And I guess I didn't think about the music. Okay. Don't worry, it's a set playlist. That song will be back unless it ends up getting me copyright striked. There we are. Alright, so we have our box of Core 2021. I tried to get the card reader working. I actually have it here. You can see the end of its thing. And it's not working, so I had to put in a error report, which is very, very sad. Oh, thank you, Mikella. She brought me the trash can. There's sadly no box topper with the core set. Anyway, if you want to just start playing Magic, core set's the way to go, my opinion. Let's use on our packs. We got Lily, we got Chandra, we got Teferi. I think it's just 3. I don't see a Basri or a Garrick in here. So it's just going to be those 3 over and over again. So let's see, who do we open first? Who feels lucky? Because what we really want to get is we want to get Ugin. Ugin the Spirit Dragon got reprinted in this set. And there is one person I know in particular who wants an Ugin more than anything, but that person is currently learning how to program, so she's not joining us for this chat. That is Mikella. I'm feeling Chandra's going to be lucky. Let's see if we'll have it, if it'll be like that Force of Will box we did 2 days ago, where we just opened one and bam, God Pack right on the top. That'd be the best, wouldn't it? I think that'd be the best. Oh, that's right. They changed the order of the packs, so tokens on top now. Yeah, it's just backwards. So hey, we got a bird token. We'll put our promo over here. Blossoming Sands for our land. We got a destructive tampering. 2 and a red. To either destroy an artifact or make it so creatures without flying can't block. And that looks very Kaladeshi. That might have been from Kaladesh, I don't remember. We have Baron, Talarian Archmage. 1 and a blue for a legendary human wizard. A 2/2 legendary human wizard. Yeah, it'd be sad to get a god tier right off the bat again. But I want a God tier one in this box. I want that Ugin. It's going to be great. And partially because Mikella, who's over there, really, really wants an Ugin for her deck. And most important to me is that my wife gets what she wants. Anyway, Baron here. He's 2/2 human wizard. He's a legendary, so he could be a commander. When he enters the battlefield, return up to 1 other target creature or planeswalker to its owner's hand. At the beginning of your end step, if a permanent was put into your hand from the battlefield this turn, draw a card. Alright. Let's see here. So this is going to be our Shinies pile. We've got a Sanctum of Stonefangs, 1 and a black for a legendary enchantment shrine. So there's a new shrine cycle. This is one of them. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, each opponent loses X life, and you gain X life, where X is the number of shrines you control. That's not too bad. We got a Riddle form. That's a reprint from Amonkhet. 1 and a blue for an enchantment. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, so any spell that's not a creature, you may have Riddle form become a 3/3 Sphinx with flying. And then 2 and a blue, you can scry 1. That's pretty nice. We're going to put these here, actually. We have Alpine Houndmaster. Let's pull some of these arts up to the screen here so you can see them. There's Baron. He's looking pretty cool there. Here is the Sanctum. Come on. Get into focus, Sanctum. Thing is, there's no person in this art. There we go. It's just a nice little shrine-looking dealie. We got Riddle form turning into its Sphinx there. There we go. Yep, that sure is a Sphinx. And the Alpine Houndmaster. Red and a white for a human warrior. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a card named Alpine Watchdog, or a card named Igneous Cur. Oh, it's and/or. You can do both. Reveal them, put them into your hand, shuffle your library. And there's the two dogs in his art. He's got the cur and the hound and the watchdog. He gets plus X plus O until end of turn when he attacks, where X is the number of other attacking creatures. So we have a Boros full attack archetype. That's not too shabby. We got a short sword. Yep. Reprint from Dominaria. 1 mana equipment gives you a +1/+1. Equips for 1. We got a Crypt Lurker. He's creepy as hell. He's a 3/4 horror for 3 and a black. When he enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice a creature or discard a creature card. If you do, draw a card. We have Feet of Resistance. Let's see if that'll... There we go. It's really neat. 1 and a white for an instant. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. It gains protection from the color of your choice until end of turn. We have Silent Dart. Going all Ezio there. 1 mana artifact, 4 and sacrifice it. 4 tap sack to deal 3 damage. That is, I want to say, the not quite as good as Aliapile, but I'll take it. Tome Anima. Tomanima. 3 and a blue for a spirit. 3/3. Can't be blocked as long as you've drawn 2 or more cards this turn. Staunch Shieldmate. He's a 1/3 for 1. That is actually very good. Daybreak Charger. We got a Unicorn. He's a 3/1 for 1 and a white, so he's a blade. When he enters the battlefield, target creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Not too shabby. Hunter's Edge. We got a green card, thankfully. 3 and a green. Sorcery. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Then that creature deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. Let's move this camera a little bit closer so that my arm doesn't get quite so sore lifting all these up. There we go. And finally, Bone Pit Brute. 4 and a red for a 4/5 with Menace. When he enters the battlefield, target creature gets +4/+0 until end of turn. So there is definitely a Boros strategy in this set that might be worth playing. Ooh, this is a very loose pack. All these packs feel a little loose, honestly. I don't know why that is. Maybe they already got popped. Oh, is this the kind that splits down the middle? Yeah, it is. Get in there. Behold the strength of man. There we go. Aha, this one's backwards. From the last one. What? Or I guess it just got put in backwards? I don't know. Didn't feel like it was repacked, but I've been wrong before. This was clearly factory sealed, though. Okay, got a Night Token, got a Scoured Barrens. So the life gain lands are all in this set. Ooh! Our rare is not Ugin, but it's one Mikella has mentioned she wanted. Gadrak, the Crown Scourge. 2 and a red for a 5/4 dragon. Flying, he can't attack unless you have 4 or more artifacts. Beginning of your end step, create a treasure for each non-token creature that died. So, good in the Boros attack in strategy, good in the I'm assuming there's a black-red sacrifice strategy here. We have the Sanctum of Shattered Heights, which is the red shrine. So, 2 and a red for a shrine. 1, discard a land or a shrine. It deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker, where X is the number of shrines you control. If I remember correctly, red and white are the weaker shrines this time around. Warden of the Woods. 3 and a 4/4. 5/7 with Vigilance. Not too shabby at all for an uncommon. Whenever Warden of the Woods becomes the target of a spell or an ability an opponent controls, you may draw 2 cards. I'd say he's about on par with Sarah Angel, honestly. And that's kind of my litmus test for most uncommons. Your common litmus test is a Grizzly Bear. Your uncommons is Sarah Angel, in my opinion. Tempered Veteran. 1 and a white for a 1/2. White and tap. Put a +1/+1 counter on a creature who already has one. 4 and a white and tap. Put a +1/+1 counter on any creature. Hey, Frost Breath's back. 2 and a blue. Tap up to 2 target creatures. Those creatures don't untap during their controller's next untap step. That's a nice instant. Blood Glutton. It's a 4/3 vampire with lifelink for 4 and a black. Not too bad. Everyone's favorite is Schwaffle Snout. He's so cute. 2 and a green for a boar. Enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on Truffle Snout, or you gain 4 life. You just get to do one or the other. Nothing wrong with that. One moment. Wish the camera would just automatically readjust. Oh well. He's a babyvore, and we all love him. Return to Nature, which is always nice. And I'm really glad that Return to Nature is kind of replacing Naturalize. 1 and a green for an instant, choose 1, destroy an artifact, destroy an enchantment, or exile a card from a graveyard. It's slightly better from Naturalize. We have the Library Larcenist. Whenever it attacks, you draw a card. It's a 1/2 for 3. That is not a shabby merfolk. Celestial Enforcer, 2 and a white. 1 and a white and tap target creature. You can only do that if you have a flyer. She's a 2/3, not too bad. Grasp of Darkness, which is a reprint, but I want to say it's from Zendikar. Or from Battle for Zendikar. Black. Target creature gets -4/-4 until end of turn. Nice little black instant. Ranger's Guile. Single green, tap target creature. Target creature you control gets +1/+1 and gains hexproof until end of turn. That's going to be pretty strong. Chandra's Magmut. It's a fire doggo. 1 and a red for a dog. Tap him to deal damage to a planeswalker. He's a red bear with an upside. He's a red bear who's also a pinger. Roaming Ghostlight. It's 3 and a blue for a 3/2 spirit. It has flying. Whenever it enters the battlefield, return 1 target non-spirit to its owner's hand. And these are all up-tos, not forcing use, which is very nice, honestly. Let's squish the cards back where they go. Squish, squish. Yes, we're hoping for Ugin. 2 packs in. Still no Ugin. There is a higher chance of getting a Planeswalker than in other sets, but that's only because they lowered the amount of other mythics, because that's what they do in core sets. And the one Planeswalker we specifically want is Ugin. We can hope. If we don't get Ugin, I will be sad. Oh hey, a Saproling token. Look at that little cute mushroom man. Ooh, we got a Garrick Forest. That's neat. And we have a foil rare, so double rare pack at least. Chandra's Incinerator with the special Chandra frame, including the fact that Chandra's frame is burning on the bottom. It's very nice. 5 and a red for a 6/6, costs X less to cast, where X is the amount of non-combat damage dealt to your opponents this turn, all opponents total. 6/6 with trample. Whenever a source you control deals non-combat damage to an opponent, Chandra's Incinerator deals that much damage to target creature or planeswalker that player controls. Ooh, very nice. And we got Double Vision. So it's an enchantment for 3 and a red. Whenever you cast your first instant or sorcery spell each turn, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. Kitesail Freebooter. 1 and a black for a 1/2 human pirate with flying. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent reveals their hand. Choose a non-creature, non-land card from it. Exile that card until he leaves the battlefield. That's a nice reprint from Ixalan. Ugh, needed some water. Let me move the water to where I can get to it easier. Okay. We got Liliana's Devotee. Let's see if we can get him actually to pop up here. Human Warlock for 2 and a black. I love the Liliana frame. I love it. Zombies you control get +1/+0. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature died this turn, you may pay 1 and a black. If you do, create a black zombie. Very nice. We're actually going to put that up here with the other specialty frame non-rares. 1 in a blue, we got Jeskai Elder. Prowess is back, baby, where it belongs. 1/2, 1 in a blue for a 1/2 human monk with prowess. When it deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. So it lets you loot. We got Mistral Singer. 2 in a blue for a 2/2 flying prowess siren. So better than a Wind Drake by far, because it's got that prowess on it. Fetid Imp is back. Hello, Fetid Imp. Our little 1/2 with flying. I could pay a black to give him Death Touch. Not the strongest card in the world, but he has saved my bacon a couple of times. Furor of the Bitten, which I believe this is from Innistrad. 1 mana creature enchantment. Gets +2/+2 and has to attack. Sure, works great in that red-white has to attack strategy. Read the Tides. Read them. 5 in a blue, choose 1, draw 3 cards, or return 2 target creatures to their owner's hand. Warded Battlements. 2 and a white for a 0/3 wall. Attacking creatures get +1/+0. And it's a defender, like all walls, so it can't attack. We got another Silent Dart. We got a Scorching Dragonfire. 1 and a red for an instant. Deals 3 damage to target player or planeswalker. If that creature or planeswalker would die, exile it instead. So this is a better Magma Spray. Drowsing Tyrannodon. We got a dinosaur. We have a 3/3 for 2 with Defender. And as long as you control a creature with power 4 or greater, he can attack as if he didn't have Defender. So there's a ferocious theme. That's nice. And Crash Through. This is another Amonkhet reprint. Creatures you control gain trample. Draw a card on a sorcery. Not too shabby. There we go. Okay. Got another knight. We got a normal forest. We'll just put that in a basics pile. Makeshift Battalion. This is from War of the Spark. It's 2 and a white. It's a foil. Human Soldier, 3/2. When it and at least 2 other creatures attack, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Sure. Necromentia. 1 and a black for a black sorcery. Choose a card name other than a basic land. Search target opponent's graveyard, hand, and library for any number of cards with that name and exile them. That player then shuffles their library, then creates a 2/2 black zombie creature for each card exiled from their hand this way. Great against Reanimator decks. Not so great if they have one in their hand. You might be giving them an advantage, but that's how black works. Seasoned Hollow Blade. 1 and a white for a 3/1 human warrior, so he's a blade. Discard a card, tap Seasoned Hollow Blade, it gains indestructible. So he has essentially regeneration, but without being regeneration. That's fine. Also, if somebody in the chat could test something for me, if I have any volunteers, I want to see if MTGBot is still working. If you could do !card as one word, and then write Crash Through, and we'll see if it works. If that'd be great. Alright, and then we have a Witch's Cauldron. It's a black artifact. Does nothing when it enters, which kind of sucks. But 1 in a black and tap, sacrifice, gain a life, draw a card. So good way to gain some life if you need it. We got another Jeskai Elder. Hey, Forgotten Sentinel. I love me some golems. 4 mana for a 4/3 that enters the battlefield tapped. That kind of sucks compared to Gilded Sentinel. That does look like he's on Ixalan. That does look like Ixalan in the art there. Crash through is 2 words. So, exclamation point card, 1 word, then space, crash, space, through. Or alternatively, you could do any other card name. Lightning Bolt, Shock. Yeah, there it is. Aha, yes, MTG bot's working. So if you ever want to read a card I said and I go too fast, you can just do exclamation point card, and MTG bot will toss it into the chat for you. Hey, it's Duress, and I hate this art on Duress. Okay, I shouldn't say I hate it. It's fine. It's just that this is the art they always use, and I much prefer the art from Ixalan, where it's a dude who's clearly been stranded at sea, and he hasn't had water in like 5 days. But anyway, it's single black for a sorcery. Target opponent reveals their hand, choose a non-creature, non-land card from it. They discard that card. It's the Alpine Watchdog! He's Beethoven. I love him. 1 and a white for a vigilant dog. A 2/2 vigilant dog. Look at that doggo. Here, I'm going to show him to Mikella and see what she says.
That's a good boy right there.
It's a good boy. That's the official...
It looks like he's the best boy.
It's an official verdict. He is one vigilant dog. And also, that is the card that gets fetched by this Houndmaster. That's one of the 2. That's what a good dog we've got. There is a dog strategy and a cat strategy, and they are both good. So Mikella wants Ugin. I personally want, I think its name is Riri and Sen, which is a mythic, and it's a dog and a cat that help each other. Hey, we got a crab. We got a Wishcoin crab. He's 3 and a blue for a 2/5. I want to say he's a reprint from Guilds of Ravnica. Yeah, he doesn't do anything. He blocks things for you. We have another Celestial Enforcer. We have Life Goes On. Another Amonkhet reprint. Single green. You gain 4 life. If a creature died this turn, you gain a life instead. You gain 8 life instead. That's actually not bad at all. I have a feeling Core 2021 is going to be Red's jam, because it's basically Amonkhet and Hour of Devastation, or not Hour of Devastation. Amonkhet block and War of the Spark block is where I'm seeing a lot of these are coming from, and those are... War of the Block wasn't a spark. It wasn't a block. What am I saying? The point is, their set's red light. Here we go. Swift response. White instant. 1 and a white. Destroy target tapped creature. You could be like this little night lady and just kick a Cyclops in the face. I think she's a... Yeah, she's from Theros. She's in a Crowan. We have Hobble Fiend. 1 and a... another bear. So, or no, not a bear. He's a piker. 1 and a red for a 2/1 with trample. Pay 1 and sacrifice another creature. He gets +1/+1 counter. He is part of that black-red sacrifice thing. And then we got Llanowar Visionary. 2 and a green for a 2/2. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card. Tap, add a green. It's Elvish Visionary that turns into a Llanowar Elves. That's fine. It's fine. It's no good doggo, though. Yeah, we want the dog and the cat friends, or we want Ugin. Both. We want both. And very, very unlikely we'll get both in the same pack. I don't know what I would do if we did. Go buy a lottery ticket is what I'd do. Probably buy the lottery ticket anyway, honestly. There we go. Whoop. Let's see here. We got an angel. Flying angel. Another Scoured Barrens. We got a Fabled Passage. So this is... It's a land. You tap it. Search your library for a basic land. Put on the battlefield tapped. Shuffle your library. Then if you control 4 or more lands, untap that land. It's very, very pretty. Very happy about that. You go into the good pile. Persistent Haze, 1 and a black for a sorcery. Choose one. All creatures get -2/-2 until end of turn. Or remove 2 loyalty counters from each planeswalker. So it's either a planeswalker debuff or a creature debuff. It's good, we need more planeswalker removal. Unsubstantiate. 1 and a blue for an instant. Return target spell or creature to its owner's hand. Chrome Replicator. I love that art. Look at that. Looks like Iron Man. He's great. When he enters the he's a 4/4 for 5. When he enters the battlefield, if you control 2 or more non-land, non-token permanents with the same name as one another, create a 4/4 construct artifact creature token. Turn to Slag, which has what looks like a Mirrodin Goblin on it. Yep, 3 and a red. For a sorcery, it deals 5 damage to target creature. Destroy all equipment attached to that creature. Yeah. Alchemist's Gift, which is 100% my kind of jam as a card. Single black for an instant. Target creature gets +1/+1, and your choice of Death Touch or Lifelink. Plus, it's just got a sassy alchemist lady on it. It's everything I love in a card. Walking Corpse, 1 and a black for a 2/2 zombie. Zombie Bear, sure. He's been in like every core set since core sets came back. He was in a couple of them before they left. Ugh. Spined Megalodon. 5 and a blue for a hexproof 5/7 shark that when it attacks you get to scry. That is a nice big ol' shark. Where is this Megalodon from? Let's see. Definitely a world that has Renaissance ships. My gut is telling me either Dominaria or Ixalan. Definitely not Ravnica. Their technology level's higher than that, and the seas are all covered by the holes the Simic use, the laboratories. Defiant Strike. Single white for an instant. Target creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Draw a card. It's a reprint from more of the Spark. Yeah, it's a duel. I'm going to fight this Zombo. Sure Strike. Good old Sure. 1 and a red for a red instant. Target creature gets +3/+0 and first strike till end of turn. Not the art I like. As cool as the little Zendikar Goblin fighting a Eldrazi is, I much prefer the Ravnica art on that one. But oh well. Ooh, Finishing Blow. 4 and a black. Destroy target creature, planeswalker, instant. It's your normal draftable black removal. The fact that it has or planeswalker does make it worth it, in my opinion. It's a kitty! We got a kitty. It's Pride Malkin. 2 and a green for a 2/1 kitty. When it enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. You can pick him. Each creature with +1/+1 counter has trample. He's a good kitty. In fact, I'm going to show Mikella, see how good she thinks this kitty is.
Kitty. Oh, that's a happy little kitty right there. He's a precious boy.
Precious boy. Alright, that seems reasonable.
10 out of 10 with cuddle.
Alright, Spellgorger Weird. Yeah, it's kind of weird. And his friend's over there, the Spell Weaver Weird, I think he is. Big old Fire Elemental Weird. When you put a non-creature, play a non-creature spell, he gets +1/+1 counter. He's a 2/2 for 3 otherwise. And not the best 4-drop, but we have here Basri's Acolyte. 2 and a white for a 2/3 Cat Cleric. With lifelink, when it enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 other target creatures. So very good in the I'm going to build make a big wide army type of a strategy. Hello, Black Alorian. Glad to see you're here. I guess I can duel you at a later date. Ooh. Alright, this time we have a Goblin Wizard token with a 1/1 with Prowess. With, who's that art? Izzy. Izzy does good art. And we got a Swiftwater Cliffs, and a Foil Mountain, and Heroic Intervention. This is the one that a lot of people are saying is going to ruin Standard. 1 and a green, Permanents you control have hexproof and indestructible till end of turn. It's a green counterspell to everything, is what it is. Anything that affects your creatures. Or anything that affects your permanents. Nice. If you know which one of your illustration teachers did a card, let me know. Unsubstantiate, 1 in a blue for an instant. We already did that. Gourmand. It's the Gourmand. 4 in a black, and sacrifice a creature for a 5/5 with flying trample. When it enters the battlefield, each opponent sacrifices a creature. He's just going to chow down on all them critters. Sadly, that includes your friend playing the Doggo deck. Leafkin Avenger. He was in last set, too, I believe. He was definitely in Lorwyn. He's definitely from Lorwyn. 2 in a red-green for a 4/3, tap to add green for each creature you control, power 4 or greater. 7 in a red, deals damage equal to its power to target player or planeswalker. Sure. Another short sword. Mind Rot, and it's the art on Mind Rot I love. I love the Kaladesh art. 2 in a black, sorcery, discard 2 cards. Sure. Rookie Mistake. Blue, instant. Until end of turn, target creature gets +0/+2, and another creature gets -2/-0. Another Staunch Shield Make. Onaki Ogre. He's a 4/2 for 3. That's all he is. I much prefer Frenzied Raptor to him, but I will take Onaki Ogre. We got another Daybreak Charger. Gnarled Sage. 3 in a green for a 4/4 with reach, and as long as you've drawn 2 or more cards, he gets +0/+2 and has vigilance. So blue-green this time around is how many cards you've drawn. We got Chandra's Special Magmut. It's identical to the last Magmut of the Pinging Doggo, but he's in the cool Burning frame. And Sabertooth Mauler. 3/3 for 4. Beginning of your end step, if a creature died, put a +1/+1 counter on the Mauler and untap it. So as long as things keep dying, he has vigilance. So if you have that black-red sacrifice deck and you want to go into Jund, Sabertooth Mauler might be your excuse. Don't remember which card. No, don't worry about the card. Who is your illustration teacher? I can find him by the art search. Or at least what card he did. Scryfall lets you search by artist. Oh yeah, let us know when you find his name, and we will search him up. For some reason, you said illustration teacher, and my brain jumped to the guy who did the Infernal Spawn of Evil, the Infernal Spawn of the Infernal Spawn of Evil, and Infernus Spawnington III. Who sadly was not in the 3rd set, he was in the 4th unset. Kitty Cat Token! How can you determine if a card is worth the cost? So, there are a couple of effects that I use as my baseline. And I consider, like, what is a card that's worth it? So, for example, I would not play a normal tap land if I didn't have to, but I would play a gain land in its place. Because I get a life. I'm getting a bonus for not being able to use my mana. It's not great, but it's there. The best bonus is being able to use your mana, though. Over in white, I think a 1/2 for 1, or with flying or vigilance, or a 1/1 for 1 with flying or lifelink is always useful. I need a 1/1 with something. Blue, I'm willing to play a 0/3 or higher for 1 mana. Or an opt. I'm willing to opt for 1 mana. So that's scry, then draw. Black, I'm typically willing to do it for a 1/1 with Death Touch. I think that's reasonable. Or what else will I do for black? I will do a Duress for black. Make somebody discard a card. And give me some information. In red, I will take a Shock, but I'd prefer a Lightning Bolt for 1. Or I will take a 1/1 who either deals damage or lets me give something else haste. In green, for 1 mana, I will take just about anything, because green doesn't do well at the low end. It's a lot easier to determine when something's not worth the cost once you've seen something better. So, like, Suntail Hawk was great when it came out, but it has since been outdone by Segovian Angel, Healer's Hawk, Ruswing Falcon. All three of those are better than Suntail Hawk in every way. Because Suntail Hawk's a 1-1 for 1 with flying, but the other ones are a 1-1 with lifelink and flying, or a 1-2 with flying, or a 1-1 with flying and vigilance. The more value you get for a card, the better it is. Because remember, every card you play is a card you're not playing. Every time I cast Mind Rot, that's me not playing Onaki Ogre. Anyway, let's look at this rare. We got double rares in a pack. Heck yes, we did. We got Ruined Halo, Enchantment, for a white, as enters the battlefield, choose a card name. You have protection from the chosen card name. That's fairly useful. But Scavenging Ooze, a 2/2 for 1 and a green. With green, exile target card from a graveyard. If it was a creature, he gets +1/+1 counter, and I gain a life, and I can just keep spamming that. Screw over Reanimator decks, and he's a full art. Yes, love every part of that. Let's see here. We have Canopy Stalker. 3 and a green for a 4/2. Must be blocked if able. When he dies, I get a life for each creature that died that turn, so I automatically get 1 life off of him. Not too shabby. Angelic Ascension. This one's actually not bad at all. It's 1 and a white for an instant to exile, and its controller gets a 4/4 angel with flying. I can use that to hose a big-ass creature, or I can use this to upgrade one of my little creatures. I see you're ready to join me now.
Yeah, I had a video that I wanted to finish before I did anything else.
That's fair. Watcher of the Spheres. White and a blue for a 2/2 bird wizard with flying. Creatures with flying cost one less to cast. There we go. That you control. And when another creature with flying enters the battlefield, he gets +1/+1. Not too bad. We got another Mind Rot. We got a Thrill of Possibility. 1 in a red, discard a card, draw 2 cards. That's, I want to say, if not the same, then similar to Cathartic Reunion. Infernal Scarring. 1 in a black for an aura. Creature gets +2/+0, and when this creature dies, draw a card. This is worth it in black. Wall of Runes. 0/4 with Defender. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card. That's worth it in blue. Makeshift Battalion. We already had one of those. They're very helpful. Another Onaki Ogre. Another Gnarled Sage. Another Destructive Tampering. Skeleton Archer. He's a Skeleton Archer who's also a Skeleton Archer. When Skeleton Archer enters the battlefield, deals 1 damage to any target. He's a 3/3 for 4. He's not too shabby either. Alright, and I see Mikella opened one. And did you flip the cards around?
Yes, I did.
What? Oh, because you want to go the old way.
Oh, okay.
No, that's fine. We can go the old way. So we got a Soldier Token. Snare Spinner. 1/3 for 1 and a green with Reach. Whenever it blocks a creature with flying, get a it gets +2/+0 until end of turn. So it's a 3/3 against flyers when it's blocking. So hey, he's helpful against this flying strategy that's clearly in here. Another Skeleton Archer. We got Burn Bright. I like Burn Bright's art. Burn Bright has good art. There it is. Yeah. Scott Murphy, you did a great job. Instant creatures get +2/+0 until end of turn. You kind of had that look of...
No.
No? You didn't?
It's so cute.
Oh, okay. Run Afoul. So this is a new card set on Ixalan. Single green for an instant. Target opponent sacrifices a creature with flying. Vampires have invaded Jurassic Park, and they're fucked. I love it. Just big old dinosaur going, Arr! Capture Sphere. Capture Sphere's back. 3 in a blue for an enchantment aura with flash. Enchant creature. When it enters the battlefield, tap enchanted creature. Enchanted creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. It's the Ravnica art. I prefer the Ikoria art, but the Ikoria art is sad.
It is sad.
It is sad.
I don't like it.
Whereas the Ravnica art is silly, which is probably why they picked that.
Yeah.
Valorous Steed. 4 and a white for a 3/3 unicorn with vigilance. When it enters the battlefield, create a 2/2 white knight creature. It's not too bad. He comes with a knight. The knight's in the back. Another wall of runes. Sky Scanner. Sky Scanner is always useful. 3 generic mana, flying, 1/1, draw a card. Draw a card makes almost any card worth it. Almost. If it only draws a card, then no. But if it does something and then you draw a card, that really helps. Gloom Sower. Gloom Sower? Gloom Sower. 5 and a black for an 8/6 at common.
Wow.
That's not bad. When it becomes blocked by a creature, that creature's controller loses 2 life, you gain 2 life. Oh, and I love the art. The art's just terrifying. The art looks like Siren Head almost. Vidalian Arcanist is back from Dominaria. 1 and a blue for a 1/3 Merfolk Wizard. Tap to add a colorless. Spend it only on instant and sorceries. Not too shabby. Battle Rattle Shaman. 2/2 Goblin Shaman for 3 and a red. Beginning of combat on your turn. You may have target creature get +2/+0 until end of turn. He's one of the Zendikar goblins, but he's old Zendikar. He's the old Zendikar look, is what it is. The old long ears, pointy nose. Come on, there you go. Not the new thumpy look. Fierce Empath. Oh yeah. 2 and a green for a 1/1 elf. When you enter your battlefield, search your library for a creature with converted mana cost 6 or greater, reveal it, put it in your hand, shuffle your library. So if you're like, I don't know where I'm going to get my next dude, you get this guy. And from the look of him being all green there, but kind of fungusy, this is one of the Mirwood, I think it is. I'm saying the name wrong. The mutant elves. But he doesn't have the mutant type. Silver Smoke Ghoul. He's a zombie vampire. 2 and a black for a 3/1, so that's not great so far. Beginning of your end step, if you gain 3 or more life, return him from the graveyard to the battlefield tapped. That's helpful. 1 and a black, sacrifice him, draw a card. That's what makes him worth it. Because I got a blocker who I can sacrifice if he's about to die. And our rare is another Chandra's Incinerator, so I'm going to put him in the rare pile. We got another forest.
I didn't switch them this time.
Oh, okay. You can switch them if you prefer it.
No,
I
it's
don't
fine.
care.
I know.
Okay. Did you like switching then?
Meh.
Alright. Sorry, I don't know. Thornwood Falls.
That's why I was
9
making
lives.
The face. It was
I
so
love 9
cute.
lives. And the artist who did this,
It's cute.
Paul Scott Canavan on Twitter, put a variant of this art without the cat in the middle, so you could put your cat there. So 1 and a white for a hexproof enchantment.
Which, when we get a cat, I'm totally doing that.
If a source would deal damage to you, prevent that damage, put an incarnation counter on 9 lives. When you have 9 or more incarnation counters, exile it. When it leaves the battlefield, you lose the game. Because you used up your 9 lives.
Yep.
But you play that when you're on 1 life.
Yep.
Waker of Waves. 5 and a blue for a 7/7 whale. Creatures your opponents control get -1/-0. So right there, 7 for 7/7, worth it. Creatures your opponents control getting a -1/-0, extra worth it. 1 and a blue, discard Waker of Waves, look at the top 2 cards of your library, put 1 into your hand, the other into your graveyard. So he's got a modified cycling. That's really nice. He is an auto-include for me, unless there's something even better. Havoc Jester. Yeah, that's not neat. He's a Rakdos card, obviously, but he's 4 and a red for a devil, with a 5/5 devil. Whenever you sacrifice a permanent, he deals 1 damage to any target. Thrashing Brontodon's back. 3/4 for 3, which is good.
Dinosaurs!
1, sacrifice him, destroy target artifact or enchantment. A good way to judge if a creature is worth it, look at the amount of mana it takes to cast them. Just generic mana, right? So that would be 3. And then if the power and toughness add up to more than double that, or sorry, to double that or more, then it's generally worth it, unless it has some horrible drawback. That is the bear test. Meanwhile, so like here, 7 mana adds up to 14, he's worth it. 3 mana adds up to 7, he's worth it. Meanwhile, flying is typically worth an extra point or two. Vigilance is normally worth an extra point. Lifelink's normally an extra point. Here we got another Truffle Snout. We got Masked Blackguard. 1 and a black for a Piker, so a 2/1, with Flash. And 2 and a black, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. That's not too shabby either. That Flash helps, because I can just pop her out when I need it. And if I have 3 more extra mana, she's 3/2, which can help with the blocking. Another Frost Breath. Lofty Denial. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 1. If you control a creature with flying, counter that spell unless its controller pays 4 instead. So
Ouch.
it's a mana leak, but if you have a flyer, it's a convolute, which is better than mana leak. That's also... I love the bird there going like, no! Haha, I stopped your spell!
Is it bad that when I first saw that while I was looking through the pack, my brain went to, so this is a card that you can only play in Tallahassee, Florida, right?
Why in Tallahassee, Florida? Oh,
Isn't that
because
where
it's a
Lofty
lofty denial.
It's a Lofty Denial, isn't that
So
where
yeah,
Lofty Pursuits
if your
is?
FNM is at Lofty Pursuits, you're lucky. But also, you can play that and go, this is my Lofty Denial at Lofty Pursuits. We have Dub, which is so much better than the one they keep trying to replace it with. And it's just purely because it makes your creature a knight. That's the only reason it's better. It's the most minuscule of benefits. 2 and a white, enchant creature becomes a +2/+2, has first strike, and becomes a knight. The other one is +2/+2 and gains vigilance.
And you said there was a cats and dogs theme in this
Yes.
set?
I dubbed these Sir Doggo.
No, I was going to say if I play a cats and dogs theme deck from this set, I'd want to make sure I have Dub in there, and I would put a Dub on one of my kitties, and I would name him Puss in Boots.
Okay. We have an Opt, and we have the Opt with the Dominaria art, which makes sense, because that's Teferi, and Teferi is a big part of this set. Single mana, scry 1, draw a card. Hey, Turret Ogre's back from War of the Spark. 3 and a red for a 4/3 with Reach, so the Reach makes him worth it. When he enters the battlefield, if you control another creature with power 4 or greater, he deals 2 damage to each opponent.
Nice.
Very, very nice. We've got another Ranger's Guile. We have Goblin Wizardry. 3 and a red for an instant, create 2 1/1 red Goblin Wizard tokens with prowess. That is helpful because at an instant speed, being able to say, I have 2 blockers, super helpful.
Oh, yeah.
And then being able to throw down that Opt and go, I have 2 2/2 blockers. Okay, we got a Zombo token. Not my favorite zombie art, but it looks pretty scary. Dismal Backwater. Pursued Whale! We got Moby Dick.
Yep.
It's Moby Dick, everyone. 5 and a blue for an 8/8, so that's better already. When enters the battlefield, each opponent creates a 1/1 red pirate creature token with this creature can't block, and creatures you control attack each combat if able. Spells your opponent cast that target Pursued Whale cost 3 more to cast. So, he has attacks on other spells, and gives your opponents creatures that are actually hurting them.
Nice.
And he's a big-ass whale. Tormod's Crypt, a 0 mana artifact. Sacrifice it to exile all cards from target player's graveyard. Who would have thought we'd get a 0 mana artifact in a core set again? I guess Wizards, because they made it. Heartfire Immolator, 1 and a red for a 2/2 with prowess. Pay a red, sacrifice him. It deals damage equal to its power to target creature or planeswalker. Come on. There we go. Not too bad. Man, I hope that we can fix the card reader soon. Deathbloom Thallid, reprint from Dominaria. 2 and a black for a 3/2 fungus. That when he dies, you get a Saproling. Mistral Singer again. Rise again. 4 and a black, return target creature from your graveyard to your battlefield, so you can... There's a reanimator strategy here. You could just start cheating out dudes. Legion's Judgment. Destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. So this is Smite the Monstrous. but with a different name. Come on. Come on.
Focus, camera.
Focus. Focus.
There it goes.
Yeah. Not too shabby. Keen Glide Master. 2/1 human soldier. 2 in a blue, target creature gains flying. He looks like he is just done with all of this bullshit on this airship. Secure the Scene, which is very much an Azorius card here. It's Judith doing the flavor text and complaining about the Azorius. 4 and a white, exile non-land permanent. Its controller creates a 1/1 white soldier creature token, which is another great one for a Ravnica card that wasn't from Ravnica.
Huh.
At least I don't believe it was. But I do love the idea of you get rid of something and then you just get the cop who won't leave. He's just there now. Frantic Inventory. 1 in a blue for an instant, draw a card, then draw cards equal to the number of cards named Frantic Inventory in your graveyard.
Nice.
So the first one only gets you 1, but the last one gets you 4. That's not too shabby. And that's very clearly on Innistrad from the fact that that is a Stitcher's Laboratory if I ever saw one. Hey, it's Shock, and it's Shock with the original art. Nothing against the Kaladesh art, but I've been getting bored of it. With the dude with the big power gauntlet. I'm glad we're back to dude falling over because he's in a Life Alert commercial. Yeah, I'll go for that. Ooh, we got the Teferi's Protege in Teferi's border, which has this cool like little hourglass symbol on the bottom. She's a 2/3 for 3 with 1 and a blue and tap. Draw a card, discard a card, so she loots, which is not bad on a common. I love the border, looking like it's made out of that blue marble. Alrighty, and then we have Portcullis Vine. Single green for a 0/3 plant wall. It's a defender, but I can pay 2, tap it, sacrifice any creature with defender to draw a card. That's what those plants will do. They'll just suck people up. In fact, you can just barely see somebody getting eaten by the vines right there. It's not quite focusing. Oh well. Ooh, and then this next pack starts off with a Liliana Swamp.
It looks really cool.
I do like the special swamps and forests. And we got a Temple of Triumph. So this is another one of those lands that, even though it comes out tapped, lets you do something. It lets you scry. That's better than a life land. And Malefic Scythe. 1 in a black for a artifact equipment. Enters the battlefield with a soul counter on it. Equipped creature gets a +1/+1 for each soul counter. Whenever equipped creature dies, put a soul counter on it. And equip 1. So this is a slightly better version of Short Sword, but immensely better if you're in a sacrifice deck. Reign of Revelation, draw 3 cards, discard a card. Roughly the same as Divination, but a little different. So 3 in a blue, I like it. I'd say it's worth it. Garruk's Uprising in the Garruk border. Nice. 2 in a green for an enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, draw a card. Creatures you control have trample. When a creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card.
Just draw all the cards.
Draw a card. No, you don't understand. Draw a card. Draw a card. Sanguine Indulgence. 3 in a black. Cost 3 less if you've gained 3 or more life this turn. Return up to 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. This is more Innistrad vampires as opposed to Ixalan vampires. I don't know if the Ixalan vampires and the Innistrad vampires would get along. I don't think so. They definitely wouldn't get along with the Zendikar vampires either way. Those guys are assholes. Another Vidalian Arcanist, another Duress, another Crab, another Dub, another good Doggo. Another Megalodon, another Pride Malkin. Hey, it's Goblin Arsonists. Single red for a 1/1. When it dies, you may have it deal 1 damage to any target. And another Visionary. Just, stretching out, getting some water.
I like this next pack's token.
I like the
looks
token.
Really
That's
neat.
a real neat demon. Look how neat that flying 5/5 demon is. And there is a black card in this set. Come on. There's a black card in this set that if you summon it a certain way, you get the demon instead.
Oh, cool.
Alright. Island. And we have the Animal Sanctuary. The San Diego Wild Animal Park. Tap for colorless. 2 and a tap. Put a +1/+1 counter on target bird, cat, dog, goat, ox, or snake. All of the pets.
All of the pets.
Except for you, tarantula lovers. Another Fierce Empath. Tavern Swindler. 1 and a black for a 2/2. Human Rogue. Tap, pay 3 life, flip a coin. If you win the flip, gain 6 life. I think Tavern Swindler either is in the big old cube, or I wanted to put her in there. Because I love doing things like flipping a coin. Indulging Patrician. 1 and a white-black for a Vampire Noble that won't focus. There we go. 1 and a 4. Flying lifelink at the beginning of your turn. Beginning of your end step. If you gain 3 or more life, each opponent loses 3 life. We have Blood Glutton, 4/3 with lifelink for a 4/3 for a 4 and a black. We already had that. Throw a possibility again. Village Rites. Okay, so Village Rites has the same artist and a similar look to Village Cannibals from Innistrad. They've become a god-dang religion.
No!
You were so eager to take and consume, yet when asked to give, you refuse? So now they're eating another cannibal. So it's a single black for an instant. You have to kill a creature, you get to draw 2 cards. That's not too bad. Also, just look at that art. They're gonna eat a motherfucker. That's what they're gonna do. Another Enforcer, another Return to Nature, another Crab, another Finishing Blow, another Visionary, more Arson, and another Ghostlight. Hey, some Bloodfell Caves. And a Volcanic Salvo. 10 and a red.
Oof.
For a sorcery. This card costs X less, where X is the total power of creatures you control. My phone's buzzing. Why is my phone buzzing? Ah, that's why. Nothing important. Okay. Volcanic Salvo deals 6 damage to each of up to 2 target creatures and/or planeswalkers.
Nice.
Sure. Griffin... Oh, no, that's a rare. Rare goes over here. Griffin Airy. 1 and a white for an enchantment. Beginning of your end step. If you gain 3 or more life, create a Griffin. Free Griffins for vampires. Are you a vampire? Do you want a free Griffin? Swindler, Brontodon, Dragonfire.
Dragonfire is me when you give me too spicy a food.
That was the other night with that casserole, and I'm so sorry. But yeah, it's like... It's one of those things like, free money for college. It's free Griffins for vampires.
Yep.
It's my old buddy, the Colossal Dreadmaw. 4 and a green for a 6/6 trample. Can't be beat.
This one's so cute.
The Selfless Savior.
You'll get to it later.
Okay, we got Prismite. 2 and a 1 for 2. At pay 2, get 1 mana. He's great color fixing and limited. Fear of Resistance. We already did that. Feat of Resistance, we did that. Igneous Cure. So the other one that goes with that dog trainer. 1 and a red for a 1/2 Elemental Doggo. 1 and a red, Igneous Cure gets +2/+0 until end of turn. He has minor fire breathing. We have the Amonkhet Cancel. 1 and a blue to counter a spell. Sure. Pitchburn Devils. 4 and a red for a 3/3. Little overcosted. When it dies, deals 3 damage to any target. If you kill him, you get a lightning bolt.
Nice.
We got Liliana's Steward. Single black for a 1/2 zombie. Tap, kill him. Target opponent discards a card. Activate this ability only anytime you can cast a sorcery. He's not too bad. Holding Lumiere there. And Ornery Dilophosaur.
He's an angry boy.
He's an Ornery Dilophosaur. 3 and a green for a 2/2. with Death Touch, who won't focus. There we go. When he attacks, if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, he gets +2/+2. So you could have a 4/4 with Death Touch. That's not too bad. And we got a Knight. Nighty-night. Bloodfell Caves.
You're gonna be excited about one of these.
Garrick's Harbinger. 1 and a green for a 4/3 with hexproof from black. That's helpful. So he can't be targeted by your opponent's black spells or black abilities. When he deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, look at that many cards from the top of your library. Reveal a creature or a Garrick planeswalker from among them. Put it into your hand, put the rest in the bottom of your library in a random order. Sure, and I want to say that's Garrick right there on top of him. Just riding his buddy. Riding his buddy into the wind. Pestilent Haze, that's the planeswalker removal. Invigorating Surge. 2 and a green, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Double the number of +1/+1 counters on that creature. So there is definitely a green-white +1/+1 counter theme, which is very nice. The Selfless Savior. He's a 1/1 for 1 dog.
He's so happy!
He's here to help.
I love him.
I love him. Sacrifice him. Another creature you control gains indestructible. That's never gonna happen. I will not kill that dog. Yes, I will. Another Sentinel. Another Duress. Track down. 1 and a green. Scry 3. Reveal the top card of your library. If it's creature or land, draw a card. Okay. Sure. Another Steed. Radiant Fountain's back. Enters battlefield, get 2 life. Tap for a colorless. Super helpful if you're playing one of those weird Eldrazi decks. Cancel. We need to cancel culture, and that's how you do it. That's not true. Keep cancel culture going, I guess? I don't know. I have no strong opinions there. Anointed Chorister. Single white mana for a 1/1 with lifelink. Pay 4 and a white. He gets +3/+3. That's not too shabby. Another Pride Malkin, another Turret Ogre, another Grasp of Darkness. Let's stack these a bit better. Still no Ugins, still no kitty doggo friends.
You're gonna be excited, though, with this next pack, though.
You think so?
Yes. Because I've looked ahead.
I know you've looked ahead. You stopped looking ahead, though.
Yes, because I have to fix my shoes.
Okay, so we got Zombie Token, Thornwood Falls, Foil Duress, Feline Sovereign. That's pretty neat. 2 and a green for a 2/3 cat. Other cats get +1/+1 and have protection from dogs. Whenever one or more cats you control deal combat damage to a player, destroy up to 1 target artifact or enchantment that player controls.
I was wrong. I thought that was the card you were looking for.
No. I'm looking for one that is a dog and a cat. And it's a Naya colors. That's nice, though. Sanctum of Tranquil Light. So this is the white shrine. Single white for a shrine. Pay 5 and a white. Tap a creature. This ability costs 1 less for each shrine you control. Kinetic Augur. 3 and a red for a star 4 with Trample. Its power is equal to the number of instant sorcery cards in your graveyard. When it enters the battlefield, discard up to 2 cards, then draw that many cards. It's a punch wizard. They cast punch. Aven Gagglemaster. Sometimes you just need to be a terrible goose. I love it. This is the goose. This is Untitled Goose card.
Yep.
3 and a white for a 4/3 with flying. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life for each creature you control with flying. How many of your creatures have flying? All of them. Oh no! Another Sentinel, another Gloom Sower, another Unicorn, another Opt, another Life Goes On, Burn Bright, Swift Response. Garrick's Gorehorn. It's a 7/3 for 5. That's also not too shabby. Another Hobble Fiend. Neat. Treasure Token. Because not all your tokens have to be critters. Sometimes it's just gold. A swamp. Oh, hey, it's Vito! Vito, Thorn of the Dusk Rose. I am always happy for more Ixalan cards. Ixalan's probably my favorite plane. It's not my favorite plane to go to.
Yeah.
Like, if I had to choose a plane to live on, I would pick Kaladesh or Ravnica. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, very few world-ending events on Kaladesh. And Ravnica's like, not the chillest, but if you're outside of the 10th district, you're fine. But like, hey, we're going to go to a new plane for a set. Where do you want us to go? Let's go to Ixalan.
Ixalan, please.
Ixalan, please. Give me more dinos and more vampire conquistadors. So Vito, legendary black vampire cleric. 2 and a black for a 1/3. Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life.
Ouch.
3 and a black black. Creatures have lifelink until end of turn.
Oh no!
Oh yeah! Light of Promise. 2 and a white for an enchantment aura. Enchanted creature has, whenever you gain life, put that many +1/+1 counters on this creature. This turns things into a Johnny's Pragmate. I'll go for that. Yeah, I'll definitely go for that. Conclave Mentor. If one or more +1/+1 counters would be put on a creature you control, put that many +1/+1 counters +1 instead. When it dies, gain life equal to its power. Sure. We got a Meteorite. 5 mana. When enters the battlefield, deal 2 damage. Tap to add a mana of any color. Another track down. More Village Rites. I turn to slag. Alright. Defiant Strike. Radiant Fountain. Glide Master. Rousing Reed. 2 and a blue for an aura. When it enters the battlefield, draw 2 cards. Discard a card. Enchanted creature has +1/+1 in flying. It's the Page Master. Run afoul. Pitchburn Devils. We have the special border for Basri's Acolyte. So we have Basri's border this time, and I kind of like how it has the little metal engravings. They're all like subtly different, and I kind of love it. Yeah, we haven't pulled a white, blue, black, red, green. No, we got one of each color. We're good. Ugin doesn't have his own border. He's not special.
Bullshit, he's not special.
Hey, you know what? This token's a little weird. We got an island. We got Ghostly Pilferer as a foil. Oh, we got 2 rares again. So 1 in a blue, Ghostly Pilferer. He's a 2/1. He's a spirit rogue. When he becomes untapped, you may pay 2. If you do, draw a card. Whenever an opponent casts a spell from anywhere through their hand, draw a card. Discard a card. He can't be blocked. Sure. And Sublime Epiphany, the card that does 31 things. 4 and a blue for an instant. Choose 1 or more. Target a spell, target an ability, return a permanent to its owner's hand, create a token that's a copy of a creature, target player draws a card. You can do any combination of those, that adds up to 31 things. Heartfire Immolator, human wizard with prowess, we already did him. Twin Blade Assassins, 3 and a black green for an elf assassin. Beginning of your turn, beginning of your end step, if a creature died, draw a card. Sure. Teferi's Tutelage. When Teferi's Tutelage enters the battlefield, draw a card, discard a card. 2 and a blue for an enchantment. Whenever you draw a card, target opponent mills 2 cards. And I love that the flavor text is, Tarrasel's 6th law of temporal recursion is easy to understand as long as you know the first 7. Because he's teaching time travel. So now I'm just sorting through the ones we've already done, which is a lot of them at this point, because we're about halfway through. And yeah, every common was a repeat. Jungle Hollow, Primal Might. Da na 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 na. Anyway, X and a green. Target creature you control gets +X/+X until end of turn. It fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. More Griffin Airy. Hey, a dragon! Hellkite Punisher, 6/6 for 5 and a red with flying and fire breathing. He is slightly worse than Shivan Dragon. But for an uncommon Shivan Dragon, sure. Hey, it's Epitaph Golem. 5/5 for a 3/5. 5 mana for a 3/5. Pay 2. Put the target card from your graveyard on the bottom of your library. More Gloom. More Merfolks. More Judging. More critters still trying to get Ugin. Ugh. Okay, Saproling Token. Bloodfell Caves. We got Teferi! We got a Planeswalker. not the one we're looking for, but we'll take him. I don't know which Teferi it is, because there's 4 arts of this.
Oh, goodness.
And the arts are all slightly different from each other. They make like a slideshow.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 and a blue. You may activate loyalty abilities of Teferi Master Time on any player's turn anytime you can cast an instant.
Not bad.
+1, draw a card, discard a card. -3, target creature you don't control phases out. -10, take 2 extra turns after this one. And I think you get to do it on every turn because of that -10. Loop. There we go. Fungal Rebirth. 2 and a green, return target permanent from your graveyard to your hand. If a creature died, make 2 saprolings. Sure. Havoc Jester. Wildwood Scourge. 0/0 Hydra for X and a green. And there's a battlefield with X +1/+1 counters. Whenever 1 or more +1/+1 counters is put on another non-Hydra, put a +1/+1 counter on the Scourge. Sanguine Indulgence, Sky Scanner. Yep, we have a lot of repeats again. Hey, we got a new dog. Rambunctious Mutt.
I love him. He's my precious boy now.
This one is much more Beethoven in spirit.
Yes.
3 and a white. I almost said bleen. What's a bleen?
I don't know, dude.
I don't know. For a 3/4, when enters the battlefield, destroy target artifact or enchantment an opponent controls. He shows up and wrecks your shit. Because you can't control your dog. And we got a normal Liliana Steward there. We got a Burb. We got some Falls. We got a foil Heroic Intervention. And a Temple of Malady. Nice. Kitesail Freebooter, once again. Falconer Adept, here we go. When it attacks, create a bird. That's tapped and attacking. A 2/3 for 4, not bad. Another golem. Caged Zombie. 2/3 for 2 and a black. 1 and a black and tap. Each opponent loses 2 life. Activate this ability only if a creature died this turn. Titanic Growth. Not as good as Giant Growth. But that's a big-ass Pomeranian. 1 and a green. Target creature gets +4/+4. Another Rambunctious Mutt. Another Radiant Fountain. Tomanima. Concordia Pegasus. 1 and a white for a 1/3 flying Pegasus. And I love... Oh, they changed the flavor text on Concordia Pegasus. Because this one's flavor text is, in the cloudy skies and dim light of autumn, a flash of white wings is a reminder that better times lie ahead.
Mm-hmm.
But the Ravnica version is a Simic scientist bitching. Going like, oh, so the Azorius can have a bird horse, but when I make a frog lizard, it's an abomination against nature. I love that Simic scientist. Ow. Oh. I pulled something moving in my chair. How come I never get injured doing something cool? Like, oh, I got injured, like, doing an amazing tackle in football. No. I get injured, like, I tried to hold in a fart. Or I was playing hopscotch and fell. Okay, sets in training. 1 and a green for an enchantment aura. When enters the battlefield, draw a card. Enchanted creature has +1/+1 and trample. That's actually not too bad at all for a 2-mana aura.
Yeah.
Not my first choice of aura. But not bad for it to cantrip. I'd say that's better than Angelic Gift. Gale Swooper. You know, as then we have a Destructive Tampering, that's nice. But Gale Swooper, 3 and a white for a 3/2 flying griffin. Enters the battlefield. Target creature gains flying until end of turn. Not as fun to me as Pegasus Courser, but I'll take it. Hey, I'm trying not to injure myself. Things just happen to me. Alright, we got a Saproling. We got a Plains. I have to re-squish. Oh, I do love Cage Zombie's flavor text, and I totally missed it. 6 consecutive life sentences takes on a new meaning when necromancy's involved. Plains? Thieves Guild Enforcer! Which, based on how she looks, I'm going to say we're probably on Dominaria with her. Part of me really wants... Or maybe Fiora. It might be Fiora, it might be Dominaria. I'm not sure. Single black for a 1/1 human rogue with flash. Whenever she or another rogue enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent mills 2 cards. As long as an opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard, she gets +2/+1 in Death Touch. That's not too shabby. Okay, I normally hate squids.
Uh-huh.
But for some reason, the Tolarian Kraken is adorable to me. And I think it's because it doesn't have those flat eyes. It has round frog eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And that changed it for me. But yeah, Tolarian Kraken. 4 and a blue for a 4/6 Kraken. So that's already not too bad. Whenever you draw a card, you may pay 1. When you do, you may tap or untap a creature. It's contemplative, resourceful, and original. Everything else aside, it's the perfect student. And I personally love the idea of, like, a Tolarian teacher. I imagine it's the professor, but he's at the community college, not the academy. Going like, alright, Jimothy, here. Tamantha, here. Big old tentacle waves through the window. It's a stupid idea, and I love it. Volcanic Geyser. X and a red. Deal X damage to any target. Sure. Hey, another Houndmaster. Another Crypt Lurker. Another Short Sword. Another Imp. More Scarring. Another Larcenist. Revitalize. 1 and a white. Gain 3 life. Draw a card. Straightforward. Another Fury of the Bitten. Another Hunter's Edge. Which actually, Hunter's Edge, going by the art, is on Eldraine. Because that's where the elves ride those foxes. Scorching Dragonfire. Another Sleepy Dinosaur. Which, I love the Sleepy Dinosaur. He's so sleepy. There's just a little heron on his nose. He's that sleepy. He doesn't notice a bird is just chilling. Where'd the token go?
Some tokens are these.
Oh, okay.
So I've been taking them off.
This one got a data card, I guess. Sure, that's fair. Jungle Hollow. Temple of Mystery. Eliminate. Destroy target creature or planeswalker with converted mana 3 or less. Sure. Kyrian Dryad. 1 in a green. When you cast a spell that's white, blue, black, or red, put a +1/+1 counter on her. Any multicolored green card wants her. Any of them. Obsessive Stitcher. Draw 1 in a black, 1 in a blue-black for a 0/3 wizard. Tap, draw a card, discard a card. 2 blue-black, tap, sacrifice, or return target creature from the graveyard to the battlefield. She stitched her own damn hand to the flesh golem. Another Singer, another Lurker, more Growth, more Cancel, another Revitalize, another Cur, another Rookie Mistake, more Wizards, more Swoops, more Hunting. Got it. It's that pirate. And it's a Chandra land. Actually, the cardstock feels different on this. I don't know why. Foil Faith's Foil Faith's Fetters.
Say that 10 times fast.
I couldn't say it once. 3 and a white, Enchantment Aura, Enchant Permanent, enters the battlefield, gain 4 life. Enchant Permanent can't attack or block. Its activated abilities can't be activated unless they're mana abilities. Very helpful. Conspicuous Snoop. Package. Give me the package.
Where is it?
Where is my stuff, Amazon? Quarantine mood. 2/2, Goblin Rogue. Play with the top card of your library revealed. You may cast goblin spells from the top of your library. As long as the top card of your library is a goblin, Conspicuous Snoop has all activated abilities of that card.
Neat.
He can be a very fun gobbo. Carrion Grub. Carry on my wayward grub. 3 and a black. Insect. Gets +X/+0, where X is the greatest power among creature cards in your graveyard. Enters your battlefield. Mill 4 cards. So great for that self-mill deck. Ooh, hello. Another Is-It card from Ravnica. I don't like Ravnica sets, but I love it when Ravnica cards show up in core sets. Because I love Ravnica as a place.
Yeah.
But the sets always, like, you can't do all 10 archetypes.
Mm-hmm.
And normally that just cuts me out of drafts.
Yeah.
That's just me. Anyway, experimental overload. 2 and a blue-red for a sorcery. Create an XX blue and red weird creature token, where X is the number of instants and sorceries in your graveyard. You may then return an instant and sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand and exile experimental overload. Woo! So, blue-red spells. Another Liliana's Devotee. Another Thallid. Another Prismite. More of the same cards in here. You know what? I'm going to make this easier on myself. Cutting straight to the comments. Special Steward. All repeats. Okay. Angel. Mountain. Mangara the Diplomat. Not who I was looking for, but still nice. Let's see, will you focus? 3 and a white for a 2/4 with lifelink on a legendary. Whenever an opponent attacks with creatures, if 2 or more of those creatures are attacking you and or planeswalkers you control, draw a card. Whenever an opponent casts their second spell each turn, draw a card. Not too shabby. Miscast. Counter target instant or sorcery spell unless its controller plays 3 for a single blue. Not bad. Sanctum of Fruitful Harvest. Here's our next Sanctum. 2 and a green. Legendary Shrine. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, add X mana of one color, where X is the number of shrines you control. And Vryn Wingmare. 2 and a white. 2/1. Flying. Non-creature spells cost 1 more to cast. That's for everyone. That is very much a Vryn card. It's right there in the name. We've never been to Vryn outside of a core set, which kind of sucks. I would like us to go to Vryn, because that's where Jace is from. I want to meet Jace's parents, so Jace can punch them in their face. Give me away to an abusive Sphinx, will you?
Alright, so what I've now done is I've moved all the commons to the front.
Oh, so I can just burn through them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think reorganizing makes sense now. Okay, yep. Repeats. Repeats everywhere. Repeats as far as the eye can see, Woody. It's a beast. And a plains. And ooh, the thrill of possibility. In foil. Massacre Worm. A lot of people are excited for Massacre Worm. 3 and a black for a 6/5. When it enters the battlefield, creatures your opponent control get -2/-2 until end of turn. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, that player loses 2 life. Tide Skimmer. It's a 2/3 Drake for 3 and a blue. When you attack with 2 or more creatures with flying, draw a card. Sure. Bad Deal. Sure looks like it.
That is blood coming from both of their arms, I think.
Yeah, they're both bleeding. 4 and a black for a sorcery. Draw 2 cards. Each opponent discards 2 cards. Each player loses 2 life. So everyone loses 2 life. Yeah, see, it's fair, guys. We all lost 2 life. But they're all 2 cards down. You're 2 cards up. Enthralling Hold. He's got a little hand on his head. It's an enthralling hold. 3 and a blue. Enchantment Aura. Enchant creature. You can't choose an untapped creature as this spell's target as you cast it. So you cast it, you can only target untapped creatures.
Okay.
But if they tap that creature, that doesn't save them. You control enchanted creature.
Neat.
It's mine now. As long as it's enchanted, it is mine. Yep. Boop. Boop. There might be a common we just don't have yet, and that might be the case.
Well, that's why I'm moving them all to the front. So that you can find the ones.
Another Goblin Wizard, Windscarred Crag, Stormwing Entity. 3 and a blue for a 3/3, but it costs 2 blue less if you've cast an instant or sorcery, so you can get it for 1 and a blue. That's not bad. Flying and Prowess, when it enters the battlefield, scry 2. Not too shabby. Also, it's just Stormbird. Look at that Stormbird. And tell you what, Wilhelmina, I know you and I hang out in some of the same Discords. Hit me up after stream, and I will be happy to talk to you about all the Magic lore. We got a rewind. Counter target spell and tap up to 4 lands. For 2 and a blue. 2 and a blue. That's not bad. Unleash Fury, 1 and a red. Double the power of target creature until end of turn.
Oh, dang.
I unleash Fury on my Galta. Galta is a 12/12 with trample. And Palladium Mirror's here. 3 mana for a 2/2, but you can tap him to add double colorless. Very nice. Voldalian Arcanus, Deathblood Phalid, L of these duplicate commons in here. Hey, a Griffin token. I'm gonna name him Peter. We have a Swamp. We have another Ghostly Pilferer, another Tide Skimmer, Skyway Sniper. Single green for a 1/2 with reach. That's not too shabby at all. 2 and a green, deals 1 damage to target creature with flying. And another Palladium Mirror. I love Palladium Mirrors. I'm actually considering replacing the Opaline Unicorn in the cube with the Palladium Mirror. Because he's like a worse Soul Ring. But Soul Ring is basically the 10th best card in Magic. Like, you have the power 9.
Yeah.
Soul Ring is the power 10th. And they almost made a free Soul Ring once. Until they realized how fucking broken the Moxen were. Hey, we got another special border protege. Neat. Pitchburn Devils. Forest. Foil Tormod's Crypt. And a Temple of Epiphany. Okay. And another Tormod's Crypt. Double crypts. I guess. I don't know.
Double the crypt. Double the fun.
Please don't double your crypts. That means more people died. Alright. Sky Scanner. Rise Again. Doggo.
Poppers.
We can't have pets right now, so we're very excited for dog cards.
Dogs and kitty cards? Yes, please.
Beast. Crag. He's a good dinosaur, Bront. Kervek the Spiteful. 2 and a black for a legendary human warlock, 3/2. Other creatures get -1/-1. I know Kervek's from Dominaria. I know he has some lore. I know nothing about him. Another Falconer. Bolt Hound. 2 and a red for a 2/2 hasty dog. When it attacks, other creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. Very fun. Soulseer. Deals 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker. That permanent loses indestructible until end of turn. Also known as Fuck Off, Gideon. Poor Gideon. That's not Gideon in the art, but... like, Gideon and Bosri both use indestructible in different ways. Mm. And this is 100% a no. Stop it. Okay. We're down to, like, what, our last 8 packs or so?
Something like that.
Okay.
1, 2, 5.
That's 5 packs. I was counting the ones that you were handing me. But I guess that's only 7. Yes. That's like 8. 7's like 8. Rugged Highlands. Oh, hey, they reprinted Azusa! I should have checked that. Azusa's really fun. 2 and a green for a 1/2. You may play 2 additional lands on each of your turns.
Nice.
She's just pure ramp. Another Lerny Squid, another Geyser, another Stitcher. Okay. Poppy the Harpy. Jail Zombie. Crystal Golem. Revitalized. Walkie Wall. Lofty Denial. Citizen Training. Shock. Sure. Sapperling. Teferi's Island. Neat. And the normal art for Scavenging Ooze. So we got 2 Scavenging Oozes now. Another Silver Smoke Ghoul. Bosri Solidarity. This one's actually really neat. It's 1 and a white. Everything gets a +1/+1 counter. Mm-hmm. Just all of them. It's very nice.
Just everybody.
Dire Fleet Warmonger. More Ixalan, please. Thank you. At the beginning of your combat, on your turn, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, it gets +2/+2 and trample until end of turn.
Woo!
So he's a 3/3 for 3, which is already good.
Yep.
And I can kill something to make him a 5/5 with trample.
Nice.
So good. Already did him. Yep. We're going to find out there's like one common we just never got. And it's going to drive me insane. Griffin, Sands. Glorious Anthem got reprinted? Okay, you guys don't understand. 3 mana for every creature getting +1/+1 on an enchantment. That's amazing. I love it. Like, that's going right in my commander deck. I think I have a proxy of Glorious Anthem in there right now. So I can put a real one. Yay! Okay, Trader's Greed. This is a more expensive Act of Treason by 1 mana, but it gives you 2 mana back.
Huh.
That's not bad. That makes this strictly better than Act of Treason.
Mm-hmm.
Skyway Sniper. Chandra's Pyreling. It's a lizard. Chandra has all the pets now. She got a kitty last year. She got a dog and a lizard this year. 1 in a red for a 1/3 lizard. Whenever a source you control deals non-combat damage to an opponent, it gets +1/+1 and double strike.
She can't get a significant other, so she...
You're right, they killed the guy she was into, and then assured us that she never had a crush on the girl that previous novels said she was into. She always liked decidedly male character. Bullshit. I call bullshit. I call bullshit on the whole thing. I do say that, you know what, Chandra does kind of go through, like, 2 months of hell.
Yeah.
In that, out of her friends... Jace was never really super duper her friend.
Yeah.
Like they were work friends.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes missing for 3 months.
Because he's stuck on Ixalan.
Because he's stuck on Ixalan during that time, right?
Got his memory wiped.
Got his memory wiped, exactly. Then, right before that, Liliana, who she saw as a big sister, betrays her.
Ugh, the bitch.
No, right after that.
Oh.
Lily betrays her after that.
Still, the bitch.
Right. Nissa's like, no, I can't deal with this, and runs off and just stops returning her calls.
Nissa, what the heck?
And then she's like, okay, well, I guess I'll go talk to my teacher. By the way, your teacher's been your idol this whole time. Why did you lie to me? And it's like, okay, well, it's cool. It's cool. I got a new, like, mom-ish grandma relationship with my mentor. I re-met my mom. Everything's good. I can still look at Gideon. Oh, no, he died. Oh, fuck. Well, as long as no horrible devil people show up to torture me. Ah, fuck. Tybalt's here. Chandra just goes through shit.
Chandra
needs a hug. Actually, to be fair, at the end of that comic, Ajani just gives her a big kitty hug. Like, you need this right now. I got you, kid.
But no, Chandra needs all of her emotional support animals.
That's exactly what this is. Have you considered getting a pet? I got 7. Chandra, what the shit? Oh, we got the special border of Garruk Scorehorn. My least favorite special border, because there's no flavor text. But that is Garruk's armor, which is kind of neat. Saproling, Mounton, Solemn Simulacrum in its cool, darker form. Solemn Simulacrum, now for men in a darker color. 2/2 for 4. There's a battlefield. You can search your library for a land, put on the battlefield, tap, shuffle. When it dies, draw a card. He's just good. Here it is. This is the reason there's the demon token. Single black for a 1/1. Archfiend's Vessel, lifelink. When it enters the battlefield, if it entered from your graveyard, or you cast it from your graveyard, exile it, and make a 5/5 black green demon creature token with flying. I like him. I want him in my cube to replace the slot I originally wanted for like that weird witch cycle. Just replace all of them with this one dude. Because he's slightly weaker, but he doesn't need 6 of them to work.
Yeah.
Because it's that witch who's basically a rat. A rat being a magic card that you can have as many as you want in your deck.
Yeah.
But there's that witch where you can have like 6 of them, and oh boy, there's 6 witches. If you get all 6 out, you get a free 6/6 demon. Or I could just play this guy from my graveyard and get a free 5/5 demon.
Yep.
That is a much lower investment. Siege Striker. 2 and a white for a 1/1 with double strike, so he's a 2/1 essentially. Whenever Siege Striker attacks, you may tap any number of untapped creatures. He gets +1/+1 for each creature tapped this way. He has Convoke Exalt? Kind of?
I guess.
He has like a variant on Exalted, and I kind of love it. And also, he's just fighting all those gobbos. This is Goblin Slayer now. And Shipwreck Dowser. So we have a tailed merfolk, so that's Dominaria, but with Bolus's horns. So could still be Dominaria. It might be a Lara. But still, we're definitely not on Ixalan. We're definitely not on Zendikar. We're definitely not in Ravnica, right? Bolus did have an Empire on Dominaria, so it might still be Dominaria. 3 and a blue for 3/3 with Prowess on a Merfolk Wizard. When it enters the battlefield, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. I am here for new Merfolks. I'm here for new Merfolks. As much as I hate fish, I'm here for new Merfolks. Still no Ugin, 3 packs left. I'm a little mad. At the very least, this set will make Ugin affordable once Standard rotates out. Right? Hey, look, it's the piggy. He's back. Look at that cute piggy. Alright. Because I want you to have an Ugin. This whole box is because I wanted you to have an Ugin, but I wanted to have fun with it. Ooh, Garrick's emblem. Sure. Tranquil Cove. Hey, it's Brash Taunter. 4 and a red for a 1/1 with Indestructible. Whenever it's dealt damage, deal that much damage to target opponent. Now here's where this gets mean. I cast Brash Taunter and Star of Extinction. Star of Extinction deals 20 to every creature.
Oh no!
2 and a red and tap, it fights another creature. That's fun by itself. Furious Rise, enchantment. For 2 and a red, at the beginning of your end step, if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, exile the top card of your library. You may play another card until you exile... you may play that card until you exile another card with Furious Rise. So hey, free part of your hand. And, oh, is that... No, that's the Fate Goddess of Theros. I can't think of her name. Clothis? Burlfist Oak. Ooh, I thought this was Wayne Reynolds, but it's apparently Milivoy Saran, who does a very Wayne's Reynolds-y job, and I love it. 2 and a green for a 2/3 Tree Folk. Whenever you draw a card, it gets +2/2. Part of that blue-green draw 2 cards. And Lorescale Coatl's back. Whenever you draw a card, put a +1/+1 counter on it. For a 3 for a 2/2, but it's easy to get them up. Do you want me to open the last pack, because that's why it's in there?
Yep.
Because in case Ugin's in there, you don't want to surprise yourself. Right?
Partially.
Okay. Sorting through the commons. For commons, we don't have... Hey, a soldier. And a plant... Hello? You got me excited there for a second, Bosri's Lieutenant, but I'll still take you. Bosri's Lieutenant, in the special frame, 3 and a white, Vigilance Protection for multicolored, enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. When it or another creature you control dies, if it had a +1/+1 counter on it, make a knight, a 2/2 knight with Vigilance. That's a 3/4. He's not too shabby.
For a second, when I opened that, I looked at his mana cost, and I'm like, did something happen to that? Did it fade? No, it's part of the art.
It's
like
part
the
of
light
the...
is shining off of it or something.
No, it's supposed to look like it's engraved in marble.
Oh.
Sanctum of Calm Waters. We got the blue Sanctum now.
Mm-hmm.
We're missing the black still.
Okay.
3 and a blue. Legendary Shrine. Sanctum of Calm Waters. Looks really neat, by the way. Yeah. Beginning of your pre-combat main phase, you may draw X cards, where X is the number of shrines you control. If you do, discard a card. Hey, Cultivate! 2 and a green. Search for 2 basic land cards. Reveal those cards. Put 1 on the battlefield. Put 1 in your hand. Shuffle your library. And another Faith's Fetters. Faith's Fetters. Faith's Fetters. Faith's Fetters.
Red leather, yellow leather.
Bumblebee, Bumblebee. That's not going to help here. Alrighty, last pack O cards. Let's go to the commons. Alright. Let's get rid of these commons. See if there's anything new. See if we got that one missing common from the box. I doubt it. There's part of me that wants to use a lot of these commons to make a Pauper cube, though.
Ah.
That'd be a lot of fun. Alright, uncommon. Shipwreck Dowser. We already saw her. Whirlfist Oak, welcome back. Unleash Fury. So yeah, no missing shrine. Token. Kitty Cat. Bosri Plains. Bad news, Bears. Oh.
Dang it.
No Ugin today. 4 and a black. Sorcery, Peer into the Abyss. Target player draws cards equal to half the number of cards in their library and loses half their life. Round up each time. Look at the body horror that is this art.
Nah.
His eyes and his mouth are vomiting up his face.
Nah.
Fractal face.
No.
Yep, that's what it is. Well, thank you for joining us for opening a big old box. That was fun. I'm glad we opened a big old box. We need to find a...
Yay!
So that's done. The next box we open, I plan on getting a box of Jumpstart in the near future. But we will not be opening that like this. My plan for the Jumpstart box is we will be working in kind of rotations, cracking them and playing those packs.
Nice.
I think that'll be a lot more fun to watch. And we'll just go through the whole box. It might take us hours, but hey, hours of playing Magic is fun.
Yeah.
All right, thank you for joining us.
Thank
We're
you,
going to
everybody.
look into how much an Ugin costs.
Yeah.
I think that's the reasonable answer here.
Yeah.
Remember, don't go for a box unless you have money to burn. Just buy the singles you need. Anyway, we'll see you all later.
Bye, everybody.